Thank you very much, Max. It's quite nice to see someone being outside right now, because as you can see, maybe the guys over there in the live stream, it's quite packed in here at Gamescom, right? It's incredible.
It's very busy, yeah.
Yes.
People have been visiting our booth yesterday a lot already, and today again. And I mean, there are also some great games to show. Not only do we have Metroid Samus Returns, which we just showed in the live stream, but for instance also Super Mario Odyssey is here with many, many different stations. We have Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which we already showed yesterday also in the live stream. And then we have Splatoon 2, we have Pokemon Tekken DX. So
yeah, and Max,
we have Skyrim even.
Exactly. And Max already said that there are also tournaments happening over there with our lovely colleagues Harris and Bowie. It's just amazing, all the things you can do and experience here at the Nintendo booth. I think I'm the only one who is allowed to say that, because I'm not from Nintendo. So if you say it, it sounds like advertising, but I'm pretty sure it's amazing to be here in this year at Gamescom at the Nintendo booth. And there's so much more ahead of us. I mean, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming. I can't wait, seriously. I just love Xenoblade Chronicles. Of course, it's going to take a while to explain it to everyone who's completely new to Xenoblade, but I think it's going to be fun. Then we're going to take a look into a few Nindies. I'm looking forward to that.
Some really nice titles among that as well. So yeah, those developers are coming to our Red Cube, which means that we will also be able to hear their stories on the creation of their titles.
Exactly. But right now, it's time for Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. Wow, what a title.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, which is definitely a long title. It's because Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga is a title that was already released on Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
And we made a remake, so the game looks completely new now. There's a completely new visual aspect to it, and there is a completely new game mode in it, which is the Minion Quest mode.
And I have to say, I'm so excited to see it again, because I can remember it somehow, but not that much. I just know it was super fun.
Well, I mean, the original came out on the Game Boy Advance, so it's been a long time. And one thing that the game was known for was its unique humor. And of course, you remember the humor, but you forget the jokes. And actually, one of the things that this game does very well is that it introduces a lot of jokes that are referred to in later Mario and Luigi titles. So we have multiple Mario and Luigi titles on the Nintendo 3DS, but a lot of their sort of legacy jokes come originally from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
This game established the personality of Mario and Luigi much more because, of course, in an RPG kind of title, they act in a very different way, or they act much more, and they talk, or they sort of do their kind of talk that nobody can understand. But
so maybe you can tell us where we are right now in the game.
Yeah. So. First of all, in Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, Mario and Luigi have to find Peach's voice that has been stolen by the evil Cacletta and her henchman Fawful, which Fawful is one of my favorite characters in the entire Mushroom Kingdom.
Don't tell anyone.
And here we are in the Bean Bean Kingdom. We are not in the Mushroom Kingdom right now, and we want to enter the castle of the Queen. And as we try to enter, so you can see that the game looks really, new. Like it looks much more modern than the Game Boy Advance version. And there is also an addition for people that have already played through the story and want to go a bit faster. You can hold the R button and make the game go at double speed, which looks kind of funny when the bean guards are animating.
Yeah, and just to recap, basically the Mario and Luigi games are role-playing games that combine a funny story with turn-based battles and a lot of platforming adventure elements. So we'll give a brief introduction into that, and especially into the story here.
So yeah, Mario at this point has to prove that he really is Mario to the guard, so he jumps.
And we all know how he does it, right.
And the guy is really, oh, that jump, of course, I can totally recognize you, it's Mario.
Signature move.
And the other guard asks, because he's not really sure. So they're not the brightest, these two guards.
And also, one of the things that the Mario and Luigi series has always played on is that no one remembers Luigi.
Yeah.
So
poor guy.
here he was, who's that guy? And this is something that every Mario and Luigi game builds on.
Yeah.
But this was the first time that it was established as really Luigi is sort of always in the shadow of Mario.
So Luigi fortunately has Prince Peasley's rose, which Prince Peasley is the prince of the Bean Kingdom. We helped him a bit earlier than this section, and therefore he gave us this rose that lets us be recognized by all of the inhabitants of the Bean Kingdom.
Taking into consideration that rose and your wacky story, we will let you pass.
Yes.
Let's just say we were convincing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show just a brief part of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga so that we can then dive in to the Bowser's Minion, to the new part of the game.
Great.
So maybe we can speed up the story.
Yes. It looks quite funny, actually.
Also, real Italian speech, of course.
Yes. I can totally understand. I can understand what they're saying, unlike... So, to prove that we really are Mario and Luigi, because they have not been convinced so much, we have to pass a platforming and battle section. And what I like a lot about this part is that, well, first of all, we can show that now with the touchscreen that wasn't there, of course, in the 3DS version, we can switch between the different abilities of Mario and Luigi just at the touch of a button. So I can high jump, for example.
Yeah.
Or I can go and spin, which allows me to fly a little bit. And of course, I can use my hammer, which is what I'm going to use now.
Yeah, one thing that's really nice about this touchscreen feature is that, especially later on in the game, you acquire more abilities, and this really allows you to quickly switch between the abilities without having to cycle through all of them, which sometimes can lead to mistakes. So it's not just a nice addition; it's also really a convenience option.
Yeah,
that's right. But also, like, in how many Mario games have you actually been done? And have you actually been plumbing? Because this is maybe the one Mario game where we see Mario doing their original job. Mario doing his original job, which is plumbing.
So he still knows how to do it.
Yes.
Exactly. I'll plumb away.
So after we close all of these holes in the pipe system, we can go to that, we can open the door, so there's a bit of a puzzle element. But just before we end this part, I want to show you a fight, just to remind people of how the battle system works.
Yeah, sounds good.
So it is a turn-based RPG with some action elements. So I need to press buttons at certain moments to increase my damage or to avoid enemy damage. So in this case, I can, of course, jump, I can use my hammer, but I'm just going to go directly into the Brothers attack, which are the more special attacks, just to show you that even here, if you look at the touchscreen, you have just a simple screenshot that explains how to perform the move.
And you can also demo
and practice.
That's amazing.
Unlike the original game, instead of having a lengthy tutorial whenever you get a new ability, the game immediately just makes you use it. And then if you want to learn more, if you don't know something about the game, then you can expand by pressing the demo and the practice. On top of that, there is a normal and easy difficulty there, you see. So I have to press the buttons with the proper timing. If I do easy, it will cost more brother points, but the input will be easier. If I go to normal, you can see that the brother point cost is reduced, but it will be a bit, I have to have a better timing, basically, which I'm going to try now.
Yeah, and these are the kind of things that they really add a little bit of accessibility to those who are not familiar with the franchise, while at the same time they are the kind of convenience options that have been added to later Mario and Luigi entries, so fans are already familiar with it.
So Filippo is getting the timing right.
Well, I missed one before, but now
I didn't want to mention that.
So even when they are attacking, so I have to jump. I have to jump to negate the damage and actually damage the enemy in their attack, in their turn. Every enemy behaves differently, has different patterns, and attacks differently.
So the trick is to figure out the pattern of the enemy and make sure that way you can dodge, and at the same time also figure out your own attack timing to enhance the damage that you do.
But actually, what I wanted to show is the new game mode, which is Minion Quest, which you can see there on the bottom of the touchscreen. Minion Quest, the search for Bowser. So while I go through this, Chris, can you just introduce what Minion Quest is?
Yeah, so basically, in the title, there's already the suggestion of two different things. You have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the complete original adventure with, which is remade with some small enhancements. And then there is the Plus Bowser's Minions, which refers to the Minion Quest. In the Minion Quest, Captain Goomba, a very faithful Goomba of Bowser, when the Koopa Cruiser at the beginning of the game crashes, he gets separated from Bowser and from the other minions. And basically, he goes on a quest to collect an army of minions in order to save Bowser. Maybe this is your moment.
Yeah, so we see Captain Goomba and also Captain Shy Guy. You can see that they're important because they have a flag on their head.
Of course, so that's how you do it.
Clearly.
Exactly. And what I really like is that the crazy humor, the silliness of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is also very much present here in Minion Quest. So now we have our Captain Goomba that is talking to Private Goomp, which is one of his acquaintances, but at the moment they're rivals. They want to fight for who has the right to go rescue Lord Bowser. I'm just gonna go a bit fast through that to show you the fight, but really the text deserves to be read in full because just the names. I mean, we have the Sergeant Guy because he's a shy guy, and Corporal Paraplonk. The names are really funny, I think, and basically what they're saying is that well, we're gonna save Lord Bowser. No, we're gonna do a picnic. What do you think, you moron?
So one thing that's really nice about this is that Minion Quest has a very expanded story as well, but it is a parallel storyline to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Basically, it tells the sequence of events from a different perspective, namely that of Bowser's minions. And as a result, if you are a fan of the original, you've already played the original game, you now get a completely different perspective on everything and all the events and how they unfold. So it really is a big mode and a big reason to reinvestigate Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
It's sort of that meanwhile story, no? At the same time, in parallel, this is happening.
Yeah.
And it's just such a... Because they are Bowser's minions, they have such a different feel to it. And just like how Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga established sort of a side story for Mario and Luigi and other characters from the Mushroom Kingdom, now the same thing is happening with the minions of Bowser, where suddenly, I mean, looking at a Goomba will never be the same again.
That's true.
So I think we're starting the fight, pretty much. Captain Shy Guy just go like, shouldn't he just go away, ignore him? But no, Captain Goomba wants to recruit those minions for his army. So basically, whoever wins this battle basically gets recruited into the other army. So now I didn't change the party selection, so I am probably going to lose this one, but it's my intention to do so to show you how the system works.
Of course.
Yeah, so basically what happens is your army starts on the left, the opponent's army starts on the right, and it's one big clash. And you have three types of troops. You have ground troops, you have ranged troops, you have flying troops. Each are strong against one and weak against the other. So it's important to create a balanced formation.
Which we didn't.
Well,
we did not,
we did do a balanced formation, but not for this battle.
Yes. So basically, as you can see, the characters attack automatically, and as you can see also there are melee troops, like these Goombas, and there are ranged troops, like the Hammer Brothers. And now that I defeated this part and I go to the next wave, you will see my previous character also being revived and joining. So there are also flying characters, like for example the Lucky Two. And the first battle was all against the ranged characters, now it's all against flying enemies. And they don't just fight automatically. There are certain things that I can do to change the course of the fight. So, for example, here when I see this blue exclamation mark and this blue circle, I can actually press up on the plus control pad to deny a special move. You saw just now one of my Hammer brothers that was performing one of his special moves, and I needed to press the A button to shoot more hammers.
I think you're pretty much in trouble now.
Yes, so I keep denying their special moves, but it's not enough because, as I said, my the placement of my army was not ideal for this fight. So we've been defeated, and I'm going to show you actually what I mean. So you see here in this screen we have the formation. First of all, in the top left corner of the touchscreen, we see this rock, paper, scissors system, so to speak, where the melee troops represented by the red shoe are strong against the ranged troops, which are represented by the orange fireball. Yep. And in turn, the ranged troops are strong versus the flying enemies, which are represented by the blue wing. And you can see also on the background of each of my characters, the characters of my army, which type of characters they are. So Goomba and Bob-omb as melee, the Hammer brothers as ranged, and the Lucky 2 as flying. And at the bottom, where I see the rival trio, which is the name of this battle, I also see the composition of the enemy army. So, for example, in this this level, we have flying and ranged only, and in the rival trio, as I said before, we have every single type of troop.
Yeah, so we're going to need a balanced team, and Filippo is going to create a balanced team now.
Hopefully. So one thing that I want to do is to change my captain, because instead of Captain Goomba, I'm going to use Captain Shy Guy.
All right.
Which will make my ranged troops more powerful.
Yeah, so there are several captains, and captains can be of different types. So Goomba was a ground unit, but Captain Shy Guy is a ranged unit.
Yep. Also, there is my troops are not positioned properly because they will be shown. They will be in the map in the order of which I put them here, based on how close they are to the captain. So the people that are closest to the captain are the troops further back, and the troops that I put further to the right are the ones that are really directly on the front lines.
So what's your strategy right now?
So here I'm trying, because we have these 3 waves of all different characters, I'm trying to create more of a balance between melee, flying, and ranged characters, and I'm going to put all of the ranged characters at the back, all of the flying and all my flying troops in the middle, and all my melee troops at the very front.
All right, let's do it. So tell us something about the different levels.
Yes.
That we see right now.
All of these troops level up as I play Minion Quest, and they also get special abilities. As you can see, all of their levels are displayed. Each of them has a different set of statistics. Yeah. See. And I can also press Y to get details, and the game will tell me which kind of abilities they use. So let me just finish my formation with. I don't have very high-ranking melee troops. I mean, I already placed them all, the ones I had. So I think this could go, actually. Let me just move the Lucky 2 in the place of this. Wait, what am I doing?
So what is your thought process here, Filippo? Why are you placing them in this particular order?
Yeah, as I said, I want all the melee troops in the front, the flying in the middle, and the ranged at the back.
Clear. All right, and let's see how this is gonna work out.
Let's see. Also, because I have a different captain, also my abilities that use captain points will be different. So if you look below on the touchscreen now, I have call for backup, rally, and deny. So rally, which I'm gonna use at the very start, consumes 4 captain points, but makes boosts all of my troops. So the spirit is up, so they will do much more damage and will be much more effective.
So you also see these red moments.
Yep.
So red moments mean that one of your troops is about to do a special attack, whereas, like Filippo just did, whereas the blue moments are moments where the enemy is doing a special attack, which you can then use deny as a captain ability to block that attack.
Exactly. Like now.
Like Filippo is doing now.
Although you only get 2 captain points back.
Ooh, Filippo, this is not going well.
No, this is not going well at all, actually.
I think you're going to make it, though.
I think it will work out, yeah.
The good thing is that all of my troops are restored after every wave. So hopefully, yes.
And also 2 of your captain points are restored, so at least for the next battle you have 2 more captain points.
Yeah, so I will be able to deny 2 special moves.
So what I personally really, there's no problem. What I personally really like about this mode is that it also translates the things that you learn in Mario and Luigi gameplay into a completely different kind of gameplay, because you still need to use timing to get better results for your attacks. You see that your own troops can do special attacks if you time it well, and the opponent can also do attacks that you can dodge if you time it well. So it's a very different take on gameplay, but it still at the same time makes use of these kind of lessons that the main game teaches you.
It's a much more tactical strategy type of game rather than the classic turn-based RPG that Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is. So, I defeated also the second wave. Now for the last round, which is all melee troops.
Only 2 CP left.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
And I really have to maximize, I really have to get an excellent in all of my special moves and deny, like I didn't do now, all of the enemies.
You can do it, Filippo, come on. So you see there's a lot of things going on the screen, but as I said, because in essence everything is about timing, the way that once you get to learn the things, the sort of the key features of this mode, basically you're gonna be just looking at these moments of timing, like Filippo is doing now. He's really gonna make sure he maximizes his own special attacks and that he tries to block the others. Because the rest you don't have an influence on anyway. You should have done that before. This is gonna be very special. Oh, yes, you made it.
The last sliver of life of Captain Shy Guy.
You don't only get an applause from the game, you also get an applause from me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there are really, this is not a short or game mode, this is not a side quest. This is a full-fledged side
it's a very
game.
meaty game.
There are a lot of levels of minion quests that you can play, all with different enemy placement, all with different story elements, and there's really a lot more. Even if you've played the original game, there's definitely something for you here in Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga and Bowser's Minions.
If only this kind of humor, like they clearly lost, but they'll call it a draw.
Yeah, I'm still calling it a win for me anyway.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in this live stream, it's 1-1.
Yes.
So maybe we should call it a draw.
That's true. I think it's a draw. What I especially like about that game, and that's something that you guys told me as well, is that obviously you feel good after like completing such a battle, but you also get rewarded by these funny new dialogues, right? Every time you look forward to that.
They are arguing with each other between whose fault it was that they lost, actually.
All right. So guys, thank you very much for this introduction into Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions and the Minion Quest. Do you have something to add?
Well, I hope you enjoyed the both sides of the game that we've shown you. We really have been having a lot of fun with Minion Quest already. And of course, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga is a beauty of a classic that is now completely remade for Nintendo 3DS.
It's also a title that I think deserves to, I mean, translating humor in all the different European languages is not easy, as we know. And this title, I really have to commend the localization.
Oh yeah, you said that before.
Because playing this game for me in Italian it's just great. It's and I suggest everybody to play in their own native language, even if you normally play maybe in English, because really there's so much fun to be had in this game.
All right. So thank you very much, Filippo. Thank you very much, Chris. We're going to see each other again. So stay tuned for more. Thank you very much for tuning into the live stream, and thank you very much for attending our showcase or our show stage more over there at the battle stage. And I hope that you guys continue to have a great time here at Gamescom, as well as joining us in the stream. So see you guys later.